So welcome back to the channel, guys. Just a short, well, I'm not going to say a short little video because we don't know how long this is going to take, as always. What I'm going to do is I've got a piece of this was taken out of a restaurant we did a year or so, maybe 2 years ago now, and it's a piece of post that was holding the staircase up, and the guy who we did the restaurant for gave me this to have a play with. So it's a pine, but I don't know what pine it is. It's quite a nice looking pine, as you can see. There's no knots or whatever in it. There's no crack in it, so hopefully I can have a play with it. So I've got a piece on the lathe and I'm going to turn it into a vase, and we'll see how it comes out. Turns out rubbish, end up on the fire pile. So let's go over to the lathe and have a look. So as you can see, I've got a piece between centres. I've just crisscrossed the end on the corners, found my rough centre, and we're just going to rough this out to a good round, and then we can then start to get some shape in it. I'm not going to use the whole piece. I'm going to use it to part off, but what I will do once we get it round, I'll cut a mortise or a tenon, sorry, on here so we can get in the chuck and get it held well, so we get a nice secure fixing on it. So let's get it rounded and see how we go. So we can now get our piece held in our chuck nice and tight. Take that out for a second. So what I'm going to do is I always put this in loose, and then we'll bring our tailstock in to relocate, to bring that in tight, and we'll nip the head's chuck up. That's it, nice and tight now. Should be nice and centered. So now we can concentrate on getting some shape that we want. So the shape I want roughly is going to be a bit of a base, swooped in and then swoop back out and over. That's what I'm going to go for, something like that. So I'm going to leave a little bit of a line here for parting off. And I think we're going to go to somewhere there. So we'll perhaps do our swoop start there, and then do our widest point here somewhere, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the parting tool just to mark that. So I've got some guides to go to. Too far, and then we're going to use that as our end point. And like I say, because this is pine, I don't know how well this is going to turn, but we'll see. So first things first, I'm going to got a 3/8 bowl gouge here. Just give that a sharpen up, I think. So then we've got a nice sharp bowl gouge. Should. quite so long as that. Let's take some of this out of here. So we'll see how that looks. So I've got a bit of shape, which I'm happy with. It needs a bit of sanding because where obviously we're a soft wood, quite a bit of tear out in there. So we'll spend a little bit of time sanding it up. I'm just going to drill an auger through there, one size. But so far, so good. Black, and then we'll see how it comes out. So, actually, let's put a little bit of detail on it. So, where should we put a little bit of detail on? Shall we put a little bit on the rim? So, we'll put a little bit on here. A little bit on there. And I think we'll put a little bit here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a little texturing tool. Just a little bit on the texturing tool. Just there. To give us just a few little lines. And we'll put a line just the other side of that. There. Just do a line a little bit closer to that. Double line. And then I think I put just a line in here. In the foot. I think I'll call that that. So I'm just going to rub over a little bit of 240 with that, no 400, just to get rid of any high spots. And I'll just get rid of any furry bits, just in case. So what we'll do is put extraction on, and we'll just rotate it slowly, and we'll just give it a nice, give a bit of a coat on the inside as well. I give it a nice generous coat. This will soak in really well being a soft wood. Just let that dry. So I'm just going to give that a rub over with Scotch-Brite just to denib it. This will take any high spots off, because with the putting the colour on it, it will just swirl the grain a little tiny bit, so this will just take it back to make it all nice and smooth. Sanding sealer, so it soaks in nice. You will get a bit of colour loss onto your tissue, but don't worry, it's not a major issue, because there's plenty in the grain to soak it up. And that get rid of any hot spots, any high spots of grain that are swollen. Give this a nice liberal coat. And what we'll try and do is I want to work it into the texturing that we did, so it enhances the texturing. And also I want to push it into the grain, so it stays in the grain but comes off of the harder wood. That's the plan anyway. So again, I'm going to push it into those lines that we did for decoration. And we're going to rub it in really well on the rest of the piece, so that it soaks in and enhances that grain. Just to put a bit on the inside as well so it matches. Don't need loads on, but so we'll let that soak, and then we'll buff it off and see what we've got. So there we go. So it's left in the, it's not perfect. The reason why we've got little chippy bits in there like that is because it's a soft wood, and when you cut it, you're not given a nice sharp edge, where normally as if you was cutting into a piece of hardwood, you get a nice clean edge. That's why we've got a few chippy bits in there, but you can't get away from that, unfortunately, on a piece of soft pine. But it's got the gold effect in the grain, which is nice. Nice. Let's get it parted and have a look. So there you go. Nice little pot. It's got sort of an Egyptian style look into it with the black and the gold. So yeah, I really like that. Again, it was a trial. It's a bit of playing around. And like I said from the start, it's a piece of soft pine, so I didn't expect it to come out perfect. And as you can see around here, you can see the splintering, where being a soft wood, it doesn't actually cut very tight, it just tears more than cuts. So, but it's alright, it's a trial, it's just a bit of playing around to see how we get on, and you know, a bit of a practice piece. So I'm really pleased that's come out. It's nice for a little practice piece. So anyway guys, hope you've enjoyed. If you have, then please smash that like and share button, and thanks for coming over. So take care, speak to you soon, and bye for now.